So, welcome back to Reality React channel. In this channel, we watch reality TV shows to recap, review, and today I'll be recapping Uthando Nesthembu Season 8, Episode 19, and it's still at the lunch that Mseleku and Abonga are having. And then she start talking about how her dad's health is being impacted by a lot of things, including the people that want him to do things for them. And I'm like, but those are the people, I don't know which people she's referring to, number one. But I could think that it could be his wives, who are the people that he has called for himself because he wanted more wives. And now he's even calling another one into the family. That's his own stress. So, and the producers that are making him work while he's not well, and they're making, and her also making him go around so that they can catch up with him at the lunch. Like there could be a lot of people. Who are these people? And then they start talking about how she needs to listen to him and also study for herself because it's good for her. And she says, but I also want you to be there when I graduate. And that's the part where Mseleku started crying. And I can understand the tears this time because I'm like, it's probably hurtful to think that if that stroke had taken his life for him, right? If it had taken his life, then he was going to miss out on the graduation. As much as he is talking about it's fine even if he goes. The same conversation he had with Mpumelelo in terms of passing on. It's okay if he does that. But I think that the reason why he's crying is because it's not really okay. You want to see your children grow, and that's what he said at the end of the diary session, where he indicated that he would like for his kids he would like to raise his own children so that the other older kids do not have to take care of the younger kids. And I get that because I feel like that robs the children or young adults of being young adults. It robs of and then now they will call it black pigs and all of that. But I understand where they were coming from. And then they start talking about if he'll be ready for the party, and he says that he will go to the party to, as much as he's not well, he'll go to it because he would like to thank the women that have organized the party. It will be a way of honoring them. And then then they start talking about how she looks, how she's ready with the hair, and now he needs to go cut his hair and make it look nice for the party. And I hope that at the party he'll be much better than he looks here. I hope they took a longer break. Just nicer to have the 50th, as much as it won't be on the day, to have a 50th when you are healthy and strong and you are ready to, to party, not just sitting there and not being able to see things because they say that his eyesight is impacted by this and all of that. Just imagine if we were watching this before knowing that Mseleku has recovered. I think this will be emotional for a lot of people because the next scene has Abongwe and MaCele and Sneh going to pray by the sea, and they start praying, and Abong is into the spiritual realm, or she just connects with the water, and then she almost goes into the sea too deep, and then they keep calling her to come out, and I'm like, I wonder if there are no other people, what could possibly happen if someone is praying like that? She's saying prayer to say that her father still has children that are still young and they need to be raised by him and they need to see him and experience him, and that no sickness should take her father. And I'm glad it didn't take her father and he has recovered and all of these things. And yeah, but imagine if we didn't know that he is fine. This wouldn't look good. But anyway, and then when they are done with the praying as a singular person, once they have called Abongwe back into the into to each other. Now they pray together again, holding hands and singing and all of that. And then once they are done, MaKhwela tells Abongwe that, you know, your dad is better, or he's getting better, because if he had seen him before, you wouldn't have liked that. And then she says that it seems like when he's with you guys, he seems better, but when he's with me, he's not better. He was telling me that he could possibly have passed on and all of that, and now he is still here. And I'm like, but I feel like they could have shown her a video of when he was in high care, when he had the second stroke. I feel like these things just to convince the child, instead of just saying, MaKhwela saying that, please be a child, do not worry about your dad, enjoy your childhood, your dad will be fine. But show, like, this girl is already, like, she's in her 20s, early 20s, if she's not 19, but she's a grown up. She can take things. And she's also saying at the end that they are not the first family to experience this type of things. So her mother must stop treating her like a child. And I get it. Like, she's grown. She can take whatever is coming their way. And it seems like this prayer session, they have increased because Mseleku is not well, right? So they have been praying more by the sea. And I'm like, interesting. That's, yeah. And plus, and also when she was going into the sea too much, to the water there, I was thinking, Konja, these Mselekus are also landless. What if the okay, I don't know what I'm saying, but you know what? What if the landless swallows her or something like that? Because, Haibo, you can't be going in like that. And also, one thing I realize is that both of the three of them, when they had their prayer session, they wearing skirts. And also Abongwe, although she seems like she doesn't like dresses, or she has said that she doesn't like dresses, she's also having a scarf around her waist. And I'm like, that's very respectful of her to acknowledge that this is not about me, it's beyond me. And you can see that in these kids, how their dad's illness has affected them. Even Snake is saying the same thing, that her dad still needs to live for his younger kids. And I'm like, I like that about them. They are fully aware of what is going on, and the fact that their dad is still, they still need their dad, but also the other kids still needs to be raised. So in the next scene, Mseleku and MaKhumalo meet up for lunch, I think, and MaKhumalo arrives in her own car, and Mseleku is being driven in his car, and yeah, that's how it was. And then Mseleku, in his diary session at the end, which quite disturbed me, he said that he wants to give MaKhumalo, he always give MaKhumalo a chance to voice out her opinion. And also he won't disagree with her until she can notice that she is wrong. So he won't point out whenever she's wrong. So the wrong part that she had in that discussion, that Mseleku felt like she was wrong, is in the issue, because they were meeting up to discuss the event that had happened, to find out if they are okay. And because Mseleku felt like the way MaKhumalo was so angry with the whole thing, he wants to see her point of view, or he wants to act like he sees her point of view, because that's exactly what he was trying to push for. Because I'm just like, why are you not trying to see where she's coming from? Why are you not understanding this? Like, where is it that she is wrong in, and you think, and you can't tell her, because they are talking, right? And then she tells him that she didn't like the fact that he went ahead against what she had discussed with him, to say, do not mix up the events. But he still went ahead and mixed up the event of Thanksgiving and introducing MaKhwela into the home. So she didn't like that. But he says that the reason why he did that is because he couldn't postpone it, but he didn't want to seem like he's a liar to the Duma family. So he couldn't push it to a different date. That's what he was saying. And yeah, that's why he is saying all of that. And then they also discussed the issue of, oh yeah, one thing that we also found out is that both MaKhumalo and Mseleku knew that MaKhwela has a specific house that she was going to be staying in. And I'm like, so why is MaKhumalo super angry? So she's saying the reason why she's angry with this whole thing is because she wanted Mseleku not to disrespect the other wives because they don't want MaKhwela in the house yet. And also in her direct session, she tells us that before you become a wife into the Mseleku household, you need to have like the whole rights of being a wife, being introduced to the family. You need to be coming in as a wife. And it seems like MaKhwela, according to MaKhumalo, is a girlfriend. So she didn't like that. And she doesn't understand why Mseleku is doing this. But she doesn't ask him. I don't get that. Like they are having this, like everyone is having their own thoughts, but for some odd reason they met to discuss this thing. But and then she just decides that she is fine with number 5. She tells him Mseleku she's fine with number 5. She doesn't tell him that you have changed and now you want to bring your girlfriend into our own house. She tells him that she would have loved it if if the housing situation that I had said last time, that it seems like there's a housing arrangement that we are not aware of, because she's saying that these wives that are there in the Mzumbe homestead wants to have an agreement with Mseleku for him to either buy houses for them outside of the yard so that they stay in different houses. So, and she's telling him directly to this. Then Mseleku goes on to his diary session. That's why I'm saying I do not understand how they didn't have a full-blown conversation about this, because then it's like an open thing. Just talk about it. Find out from each other. Why are you saying? Because Mseleku says that it's no longer its temple when the wives don't stay in the same yard. And I'm like, but MaChele stays in Sipak. The other wives want to have the same option, and which will not be an option. They won't go back once they go out, I think. That's what I think. So these wives want MaKhwela to come into the yard that has like 5 houses to be the only one that stays there, and probably Snee. And maybe another child, maybe Mpumelelo will be staying there so that he can bring his many girlfriends and his girlfriends, yes, Tembu in the yard as well. Because that's what they want. They want that house to be full of kids. Because if they are saying that they want before she gets introduced into before she can get introduced into the yard and the ancestors, they want to be out. And that's what MaChele did, but now he's against it for the rest of the world. So that's why I'm saying maybe this is why he was crying the other time, saying that he's saving MaChele to the core. Is because he just does the things she asks for, but the other ones need to be together. Because at the end he says that even if so this is why I'm saying that some of the things that he says is because maybe he's not well. So Mseleku says that maybe it will be best that they get introduced to MaKhwela and then moves out. And I'm thinking if they get introduced to MaKhwela, that will be the thing that he wants. They won't move out. He won't buy them houses. He'll break that promise and then comes here and complains and say that, in Ndaba is that when you promise something, they want to hold you to it. Like, bruh, that's the whole point of being married, of making a promise. Like, no, you can't say that. But he says that. He's capable of saying such things. And then they say now that they are happy with each other because MaKhumalo is back to saying, I don't care about number 5. Just don't introduce her while everything is not done according to how I have advised you to do it. So that's basically what she's saying. MaKhumalo is the boss in that family, because I feel like, why would she be like, I'm fine with number 5, but the way you are doing it, do it my way or don't do it at all. And I wonder if he had done it according to her, would she have made it to the event that he had the Duma family meeting on number 5? I don't think so. I do not think that she was going to make it, but I'm speculating. So I could be wrong. But yeah, I think that MaKhumalo just wants this man to listen to her. And when they leave, same thing that they did. She's holding him out and sending him to his car and then going home. Next week, we see that they are having that party that they have been talking about, Mseleku's 50th, and MaKhumalo seems to not be there. And I wonder why she's not there. Everyone else is there. Even the one who's bidding farewell to Mseleku is there. And Mnini and Abongo, it seems like to be the one that will be speaking. And Mnini is crying. And I don't think, this is why I don't think these are fake tears anymore, because I kind of sympathize with the family in terms of realizing that someone could really go and going through all of those things, because he says that it was not nice to see his dad being sick like that. So these things happen, like Abongo said, that they are not special. These things happen, and you know what? It's called life. So their life is lifing with them. And Mseleku is only 50 years old. And I don't want to say anything about that, but because stroke now is even attacking younger people, these illnesses. So yeah, we will see how things goes for them. And also now we'll be left with how many episodes next week? We'll be left with 3 episodes. Guys, it's coming to an end. After next week, we'll be left with 3 episodes, and that will be it. Thank you guys for watching this recap. See you guys in the next one.